we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for a little bit of a delay. Here we are at the MSTCA Freshman Sophomore Large School Invitational, sponsored by Marathon Sports and, of course, Hoka. We're just getting started on the infield with the boys' 55-meter hurdles. I believe we're coming up on Heat 4. That'll be Declan Bryn of Bridgewater Raynham, William McHugh of Algonquin in lane 3, William Boliberski of Hopkinton, Cole Brimmer, North Andover, Daniel Quee, Belmont, and Ty Cruz of Woburn in lane 7. Athlete to watch is William Boliberski of Hopkinton right in the middle, and he gets off to a hot start, followed by North Andover's Cole Brimmer, but it will be Boliberski of Hopkinton for the easy Heat 4 win. And that will conclude our boys' 55-meter hurdle prelims. Vera won the last heat in 8.63, so we'll have a finals coming up in a little bit. Moving on to the girls, we'll lower these hurdle heights down to the girls. We will have 5 sections of the girls' 55-meter hurdles. 55-meter dash will follow in the infield, and then at 10:30 we will get started on the track. There'll be no unseeded 2-mile today, so we'll move right into the mile heats. If you're looking for the shot put of the long jump, we have separate streams for that you can find on our Bay State Running YouTube page. Coming up in the first section of the girls' 55-meter hurdles, it's going to be Elizabeth Fagundis of Greater New Bedford, Devin Fee in lane 2 from Woburn, Katie Carrasco running in lane 3, Sarah Dumas, Franklin, lane 4, Megan Horvat of Needham in lane 5, Nicole Arsenault of Chelmsford in lane 6, and Nada Kushmerek of Winchester in lane 7. If you're new to track and field and the prelims in these heats, usually the fastest seeded athlete is in lane 4. So Sarah Dumas from Franklin comes in with a 9.56, almost a full second ahead of everyone else. So it should be all Dumas as long as she gets out well in this first section. Moving on to the finals, it looks like, in the boys' 55-meter hurdles is Gurney, Brimmer, Vera, Alberti, Osselman, Bilebers, 2 of them brothers, and Pan from Lexington. And that is Franklin's Sarah Dumas. Had a little more company than she probably would have liked, but she gets out of here with the heat win. Once we have the scores come up on the big board, we'll let you know how fast she was. Maybe not as quick as her seed time, but maybe just warming up. Section 2 coming up next on the infield is going to be Hannah Lorem, Acton Boxborough in lane 1, Hannah Arnold, Andover lane 2, Caitlin Atkins of Lexington in lane 3, Kaya Clark, Weymouth lane 4, Leah Knapp, Newton North lane 5, and Mina Barnes, Needham lane 6, Una Awa of Arlington in lane 7, Kaya Clark lane 4, the athlete to watch here, comes in with a 9.81, the sophomore. That was Dumas under 10 seconds with a 9.87 from Franklin to win the first section. And we're off here, second section, girls 55-meter hurdles. And it is Weymouth's Kaya Clark. Easy heat win. Looked like she eased up at the end. Section 3 coming up, girls 55 hurdles. Elisa Furman of Westboro, lane 1. Alexandra Turdugno of Methuen, lane 2. Gina Gleason, Newton North, lane 3. Kaylin Bruno, lane 4 of Franklin. Charlotte Casgar, Wellesley, lane 5. Rylan Morris of Marshfield, lane 6. And Cassie Pingatore of Wachusett in lane 7. This should be a tighter grouped heat with Kaylin Bruno with the top time at 10:15. As I'm sure they mentioned yesterday, if you look at the description on the YouTube, we have a GoFundMe that we're trying to keep Bay State running free with all these feeds and putting special event feeds in for you. That's Franklin's Kaylin Bruno with the easy heat win in section 3 of 5. I'll also put the link in the chat. We appreciate all the support and all the help. Maybe that's, I believe that's Coach H on the Bay State runner feed, so maybe he can put a better link out there for me. He'll be back soon. He'll be back next week for the Northeast invite. I'm sure a lot of you are missing his voice. Section 4, right down the middle is North Andover's Olivia Sawicki with the heat win. Coming up in the final section of girls 55 hurdle prelims, Regan Sullivan, Westboro, Jillian Martin, Chelmsford, Leah Goodine of Weymouth, Elin Ayodgan of Westford Academy, Kylie Locke, Hopkinton, Amy Tan, North Quincy, Elisa Moyer, Arlington, and Liv Young of Revere. Final section of the hurdles. No surprise to see some Westboro athletes in the hurdles. Final section, tight group here. That's Westford Academy. Oh, she stumbled a little bit, so it's going to end up being Weymouth's Leah Goodine from lane 3 for the heat win. And that concludes our hurdles. We'll have some finals here in a little bit. We are going to move on to the boys 55-meter dash. So we're going to get these hurdles out of the way. We're going to have 7 heats of the boys 55-meter dash.
Only one of them works.
Okay, folks, looks like we are back here, and we are going to be in Section 6. Kevin Handel, Wellesley, Reese Condon, Westboro, Matt Anderson, Shrewsbury, Christopher Brooks, Wellesley, Jack Reggio, St. John's Prep, Jakai Bellafato, Hopkinton, Nate Scudo, Milford, and Nathan Looney in Lane 8 of Marshfield. Looks like that's going to be Shrewsbury's Matt Anderson. Came in with a 7.20, so looks like he might have ran quicker than his seed time. Moving on to Heat 7, our final section of the boys 55-meter dash prelims. Joseph Casanaro of Methuen, Teddy Gibson, Andover, Harrison Seigel, Brookline, Danelle Harvey, Newton North, James Yasiki of Winchester, Elijah Matos of Woburn, Nate Day of Newton North, and Atul Vasan of Acton Boxborough in lane 8. Hopefully we can be smooth sailing here going forward. Appreciate the patience out there. Once again, we're at the freshman sophomore large school MSTCA Invitational, sponsored by Marathon Sports Bay State Running, and of course our big sponsor, Hoka. Anderson for the Heat win in 6.86, way ahead of his seat time. .300 will be getting going probably in about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes if I had to guess, Mr. Landry. We have the miles, the 600s, and the 1000s before the 300 on the oval. Oval will get going in about 7-8 minutes with the mile. And that's all Newton North's Donnell Harvey. I'm sure he may have ran his first sub-7 of his young career. Coach H may not be here on the mic with his voice, but you'll see him on the chat with the BayStateRunning.com account. The man can't stay away. He'll be back on the mic next weekend for the 3-day Northeast Invite, which I'm sure it's going to be one of the bigger invites we've had, with not a lot of opportunities and no standards. Moving on to the girls' 55-meter dash prelims. Heat 1, Mia Linhares of Greater New Bedford, Sammy Frankel, Needham, Isabella Fiore, Methuen, Emily Karp, Wellesley, Sophia Acunio, Franklin, Josie Hopkins, Hopkinton, Sahana Hedge of Acton Boxborough, Emily Karp, the athlete to watch, the sophomore in lane 4, comes in with a 7.60. Shout out to Stuart Karp, I believe is her dad. We've done a lot of business with him in the family, with Bay State running gear, customized gear. Emily Karp, the athlete to watch. She's challenged by Franklin's Sophia Cunio, but it looks like Karp held on. Coming up in Heat 2, Ellie Fidjo, Newton South, June Lawrence, Arlington, Natalie Wall, Reading, Laura Casal, Wellesley, Kate Anderson, Strain, Belmont, Caroline Judal of Reading, and Elizabeth Hagstrom of Andover. Casal of Wellesley comes in with the top seed in this heat of 7.70. Oh, we got a double gun here, so that's going to bring everybody back. See if we just get a warning to the field or if there's an unlucky athlete out there. This time we are off. That's going to be Reading's Natalie Wall.
This is the second call, girls, 1 mile run. Second call, girls, 1 mile run. Please report to the gym.
Coming up in Heat 3, that was Wall in 8-1-2. Coming up in Heat 3 is Giselle Broussard of Andover, Annalise Noguero of Lowell, Addison Potenti of Westboro, Naya Satana of Wachusett, Alexis Thermidor of Acton-Boxborough, Casey Dempsey, Weymouth, and Stella Capello of Natick. Looks like the boys are getting ready. Unseeded heat over the mile, so we're getting ready on the oval here. There'll be 4 sections of the boys' mile.
Our first race on the oval today will be boys mile, as we are currently lining up for the first section of 4 sections of the boys mile. This is the third and final call, the girls 1 mile run. Please report to the gym.
So is he going to go back and forth? We're going to try and give you both. Boys Mile is off here. I'll give you a rundown of who's in this first section of the Boys Mile. Cameron Markowitz of Needham, Cillian Griffin, BC High, Matthew Bruce, Wachusett, Anthony Danella of Methuen, John Wilson, BC High, Alex Morrison, Needham, Felix Nash, Newton North, Daniel Norton, Catholic Memorial, Giuseppe Villani, Shrewsbury, Emmett LaRosa, North Andover, Carter Pisano, Plymouth North, Zachary Viana of Catholic Memorial, and Nate Hill of Newton North. Markowitz, top seed, 518 of Needham, but that is John Wilson of BC High leading the charge. Back to the boys, or the girls, 55. Oh, we got a double gun here, and I believe is Heat 4. J.C. Conley, Weymouth, Ella Grimes, Andover, Nasha Jonathas of Woburn, Ellie Jolly, Newton South, Gianna Lynn, North Quincy, Keva Kumaran of Winchester, Teresa Bradford, Greater New Bedford, and Samantha Waters of Silver Lake. Heat 4. Back to the oval for me. I believe that's still Cillian Griffin. Or sorry, not Cillian Griffin. That's his teammate, John Wilson. Chase pack of 3 athletes behind him. It's going to be Newton Seltz. Newton Seltz, Ellie Jolly with that heat win. Coming up in Heat 5 for the girls, Leah Dollerer of Needham, Tyrene Cunningham, Newton North, Eva Nicholas, Woburn, Kate LaRose, Wachusett, Kayla Norales of Marshfield, Kiki Burbank, Wachusett, and Lucy Fox-Wiviat of Wellesley. First section of the boys 1 mile run. There's going to be 4 sections today. We'll get faster as we go. Nothing's changed here up front. We do have the 2 BC High athletes John Wilson and Cillian Griffin leading the charge. I'm sure these athletes are trying to be sub 5:15 today. We're off in section 5. That's going to be Wachusett. Wachusett athlete. Kate LaRose, followed by Michaela Norellis of Marshfield. They go 1-2 there. Coming up in Heat 6 is Mariah Romaine of Plymouth North, Allie Lobello of Winchester, Kimberly Lee, North Quincy, Sawyer Gallivan of North, Lily Gorello, Bridgewater Raynham, Natalie Damon, Franklin, Samaya Bulo of Algonquin, and Salmowit O'Neill of Brookline. Heat 6 of 8 in the dash. Still John Wilson, who has moved away from the field, and his lead has grown to 40 meters. So it's just John against the clock now. He looks very smooth up front. He's got 2 laps to go. He's closer to sub 5 pace, so throw those seed times out the window today. Everybody's looking to compete, run fast, throw far, jump far. Tight battle between Newton North and BR in that heat. That was Gallivan of Newton North and Gorello of Bridgewater Raynham. We'll see who took that down when it comes up onto the clock. Heat 7 coming up, Natalie Nguyen of Hopkinton, Nina Pestana of Chelmsford. We're coming up on the bell lap here for John Wilson. He's going to hit that in 4:28. So to be sub 5, he would need about a 31-ish, 32. Not sure that's in the cards, but he's clicking away on that backstretch. Heat 7 of the girls, 55-meter dash. Grace Mannion, Plymouth North. Lily Villaflor of Westboro, another Westboro athlete. Ella Conley, Arlington. Kelsey Doherty, Southeastern Voc Tech. Jenna Chioson of Chelmsford, and Alexander Boldick of Methuen. And here's John Wilson hitting that final stretch. He's not going to be that sub 5, but he's going to have a big PR, and he looks strong. It's going to be a 5:0 mid, 5:03 unofficially for John Wilson of BC High. A lot of PRs in this first heat of the mile. If that's any indication what we're going to have today, we are going to have some impressive races. Frost Soft athletes chance to shine, and that's Westboro for the heat win. Lily Villaflor came in with a 7.90 out of lane 4. Final section of the girls 55-meter dash. We're going to have Olivia Villafane of Brookline, Sophie Johnson of Natick, Leandra Dua Samoa of Westford Academy, CC Ginsberg of North Andover, Gianna Spiro Haverhill, Isabella Doman Arlington, Piper Aonis of Marshfield, and Kelsey DeSaps of Bridgewater Raynham. Section 2 on the oval, boys mile. Top seeds at 5:08. We have David Hilfinger, Westboro, Samuel Davis, Arlington, Kyle Clements, North Quincy, Benjamin Arosin of Wellesley, Jonah Good of Algonquin, Joseph Montel, Southeastern Regional Voc Tech, Keenan Batek, Revere, Brady Armstrong, Zavarian, Jonathan Capone, Woburn, Brendan Duty, Haverhill, Elliot Adams, St. John's Prep, Jonathan Pereira, Woburn, and Jack Colatoni, Haverhill. And on the infield, that's Haverhill in the final section of the girls' 55-meter dash. And it will be Gianna Spiro, came in with a 7.96. Boys hurdle final coming up in the infield. You're not going to want to miss this. Give you a breakdown of who the athletes that moved into this final are. In lane 1, it will be Harry Gurney of Franklin. Lane 2, Cole Brimmer of North Andover. Lane 3, Owen Vera, Greater New Bedford. Lane 4, Dylan Alberti, St. John's Prep, ran the fastest time in the prelims of 8.53. Lane 5 is Christoph Osalman Chai of Acton Boxborough. Lane 6 is William Belabreski of Hopkinton, his brother Andrew Belabreski of Hopkinton, and Jacob Pan of Lexington. Finals of the boys' 55-meter hurdles coming up on the infield. Back to the oval. We have section 2 of the boys mile out of 4. Some decent times in that first heat. PRs. David Hilfinger of Westboro comes in with the top time here of 5:08, and he is your leader, followed by Samuel Davis of Arlington and Keenan Batik of Revere. 1, 2, 3. We're single file, which, as I always say, normally means a fast pace. With those first 8 or 9 athletes. Almost had a sub-5, solo sub-5 in that first heat. We'll see if we can challenge that in this next one coming up. We're just getting started here, folks. The boys and girls large school freshman sophomore invitational, sponsored by Marathon Sports and Bay State Running, but more importantly, our big sponsor is Hoka. Appreciate everything they do for Massachusetts track and field, cross-country scholastics. If you're looking to support Bay State Running and all the live feeds that we give, you can go to the GoFundMe and help support our coverage all year long. If Coach H could throw that GoFundMe link up into the chat, that would be great. We'll also have it on our social media accounts. We very much appreciate all the support, the MSTCA, Bay State Running. We'll continue to give you the best coverage in the region all year long. Finals, boys 55-meter hurdles, and we are off. That's St. John's Prep. In the middle, tight battle. I believe that was the St. John's Prep athlete for the win in the boys 55-meter hurdles, Dylan Alberte of St. John's Prep. Came in with the fastest time from the prelims. Now we're going to move on to the girls' final of the 55-meter hurdles. Did have a lead change here in the boys' oval, but we're going to focus on the final of the girls' 55-meter hurdles. In lane 1 is Kaya Clark of Weymouth. Lane 2, Leah Gudine of Weymouth. Lane 3, Katie Carrasco of Reading. Lane 4, Sarah Dumas of Franklin, the only sub-10 in the prelims with a 9.87. Megan Hervat of Needham. Kaylin Bruno of Franklin in lane 6. Olivia Sawicki of North Andover in lane 7. And Kylie Locke of Hawkinton in lane 8. All eyes on Dumas in lane 4. See if Horvat or Carrasco can give her a challenge. Appreciate that, Coach H. That GoFundMe link is in the chat. If you would like to donate to the MSTCA/Bay State Running, we'll continue to give you the best coverage in the region all year long up until June.
Set this up and start just about ready.
We got a tight battle here. We still won't have our first sub-5, but I'm sure these athletes are running some personal best, and that is going to be about 5:03, 5:04 in the second heat of 4. That was Joseph Montel from Southeastern. Runs about a 10-second PR. Right, finals, girls, 55-meter hurdles. Dumas, athlete to watch, lane 4. See if Carrasco or Hervat can challenge her. And we have a tight battle, but it will be Dumas squeaking out the win out of lane 4. Dash finals coming up next on the infield. I'll give you a quick rundown of who's in the next heat of the boys mile. Heat 3 of 4. Should have our first sub-5 in this next heat. Nicholas Bianchi of Natick, Nick Karen, Methuen, Ayush Katari, Westboro, Ben Scott, Hawkinton, Xavier May, Chelmsford, Thomas Lynch, North Andover, Thomas Flagg, Newton South, Finnegan, Daly, Shrewsbury, Neal and Fahey, Zavarian Brothers, Benoit, McCalla, West Springfield, Joseph Ryan, Lexington, Beckett, Barnett, Acton Boxborough, and Christopher Cardos of Algonquin. Heat 3 of 4 in the boys mile. Back to the infield where we hit the boys 55-meter dash finals. as they get their block starts ready to go. We have Max Egan of Algonquin, Soham Nath of North Andover, Kawan Bento of Bridgewater Raynham in lane 3, Matt Anderson, Shrewsbury, lane 4, ran the fastest time of 6:86 in the prelims. Donald Harvey in lane 5 of Newton North is certainly going to challenge him. Eric Perkins, Catholic Memorial in lane 6, Jared Kwan, Greater New Bedford, lane 7, and James Yazicki of Winchester in lane 8. Wouldn't be surprised to see almost every athlete sneak under 7 here in the finals. We already had 4 do it in the prelims. Leading the way in Heat 3 is Xavier May of Chelmsford, and that's the boys' 55-meter dash finals. And that's Catholic Memorial. Didn't have the top seed time, but he takes the win. Boys' 55-meter dash finals. That is Eric Perkins. Ran a 6.97, most likely faster there. Dumas took the girls' 55-meter hurdles in 9.62, well under 10 seconds. Nothing's changed here in the boys' mile as far as the leader goes. We get a pack of 5 or 6 up front. Girls' 55-meter dash finals coming up. Heat 1, Katie LaRose of Wachusett. Lane 2, Lily Gorello, Bridgewater Raynham. In lane 3 is Naya Satana, Wachusett. Lane 4, the athlete to watch is Ellie Jolly, Newton South. Going to challenge her, Samantha Waters, Silver Lake. Lane 6 is Sora Gallivan, Newton North. Lane 7, Gianna Sparrow, Haverhill. In lane 8, Cece Ginsberg of North Andover. Should be a really tight battle in those 3, 4, 5 lanes between Satana, Jolly, and Waters. Should be a blanket finish here. Not sure who's going to take it. Will we have a surprise? And that's going to be Wachusett's Naya Satana for the win. Eric Perkins won in 6.73. That's flying. Harvey ran 6.79. And we are completely on to the oval. Makes my life a little bit easier going back and forth. Heat 3 of 4, we have the fastest heat getting warmed up on the outside. That's Methuen's Nick Karen has taken over the pacing duties of a pack of 6. Should see our first sub-5 of the day right here, most likely a few of them.
This is the third and final call for boys 600 meter. Boys 600 meter run. Contestants, please report to the junior.
Now that's Nadix Nicholas Bianchi in a little battle between him and Nick Karen. We're starting to move here. Coming up on the bell lap. Nick Karen, Methuen. We're going to be definitely sub-5. It just depends how far sub-5. Is anyone going to challenge the next heat and the podium? Top 8 hit the podium. It's Karen at the bell. Can anyone chase him down? Nadix Bianchi still trying to hang in there. And we're going to have a battle here between the top 2 seeds. Both came in with a 4.56. Bianchi of Natick, Karen of Methuen. It's going to be Bianchi for the heat win. He's going to be sub-5, and it's going to be about a 4.54. That will set us up nicely heading into the seeded heat, where it looks like it could be a 2-man battle as far as the seed times go. We have Kailas Kiato of Brookline comes in with a 4:35. Paul Bergeron of Westford Academy, 4:35 as well. Then there's a bit of a drop off. You have Benjamin Drohan of West Springfield, R.G. Protopopoulos of Brookline, Proto Papadakis of Brookline. Take another stab at it. Jacob Tobin of Natick, Daniel Padley of St. John's Prep, Stephen De Salandro of Natick, Gavin Bracken of Lexington, Charles Daggett of West Springfield, Anthony Cronin of Acton Boxborough, Victor Lee, Acton Boxborough, and Nathan Hamilton of Newton South. I believe we're in for a good one.
Draw your attention to the awards area where we have the top 8 girls and
Boys, seeded mile. Only freshman in this field is Daniel Padley of St. John's Prep. It looks like we're slow up front because it looks like the you don't see that too often. The barrel easily beats the inside. That's going to be Lexington's Gavin Bracken. We've heard the name Bracken before. Time to beat by Nicholas Bianchi is 4:54.11. Bunched up a little bit. Now you do have those higher seated athletes moving to the front off that slow first 200. Things should heat up quick here if it is a slow pace. Leading it early here is the number 2 seed, Paul Bergeron of Westford Academy. We should see a lot of him the rest of the way. And it is our top 2 seeds out in front. See if West Springfield's Benjamin Drohan has anything to say. Only comes in with a 4:44, but he's going to challenge himself today and take a little bit of a risk. But as we predicted, it's Seato and Bergeron 1-2 right now. The class of the field. Number 1 seed sitting comfortably behind Bergeron. And a solo chase back of Benjamin Drohan. I believe we hit the 800 in about 219, 220. See if Seato will just continue to sit behind Bergeron.
In 6th, Jacob Pan of Lexington. In 5th, William Middleworski of Huffington.
And Drohan of West Springfield is still hanging around, trying to give himself a chance. He's only 10, 15 meters off the pace. Coming up on 1,200 meters, just under 3:30. Bergeron, Seato, Drohan. 2 laps to go, and things should start to really heat up here. They were 2:20 at the 8, and that is Drohan, the underdog of West Springfield, tries to make his move before the final lap. Seato, we got a 3-man battle here. It almost looked like he thought he was done with how fast he started to move, but they do have another lap, and that's Brookline Seattle looking like he's about to make a move coming off this turn. Drohan, Seato, Bergeron falling a little bit off the pace. He's trying to get back into it, and we're flying there on the backstretch. This is certainly going to be pretty close to a negative split, and that's Seato trying to beat Drohan to the turn, and he does. Can Drohan make any move? Can he counter it? And he can. It's going to be Brookline's Kalis Seato down the home stretch. He's going to try and sneak under 4:30. Big negative split. 4:30, 4:29 just sneaks under. Johan with a huge PR. Bergeron in third. And that did not disappoint, off a slow pace through 400 and 800, big negative split. Should set us up nicely going into the girls' mile. Heat 1 coming up is Elise Shodawa of Hawkinton, Delaney Valley of Westboro, Elise Kemp, Arlington, Sarah Burke, Hingham, Meredith Miller of Marshfield, Elise Kordak, Woburn, Sophia Francis, Arlington, Bridget Purcell of Algonquin, Claire Cunningham, Lexington, Ariana Rosano, Methuen, George Thieralt of Andover, Jessie Aris of Wachusett, Kyra Wolin of Needham, Lila Sox of Newton North, Salome Lawrence of Newton North, and Brooke Susi of Methuen. We're going to have 2 heats of the girls' mile. These girls will try and go set the tone and put up a time that could get them into the seeded heat. Seeded scoring, I should say.
In 7, Ellie Jolly of Newton South. In 6, Lily Gurlio of Bridgewater, Reno.
That's the Newton North duo up front, leading early. And Seattle does sneak under 4:30 with the win in 4:29. Impressive race from him.
In 3rd was Sawyer Gallivan of Newton North. Today's runner-up is from Silver Lake. That's Samantha Waters. Her time 7:73. And our winner today in the girls' 55-meter dash is Sophomore.
Leading early here is the Newton North duo of Lila Sox and Salome Lawrence. See if any of these girls can post the time here. To get that seeded heat, a little worried. Moving up to the lead now, or right on the shoulder of the lead, is Sarah Burke of Hingham. Starting to get a little bit packed up there in front. See if anybody will emerge. Burke has done that so far, but we're about 10 or 11 athletes deep in this lead pack, so you would think coming up on the 800, this thing would start to spread out a little bit. Someone's going to make a move, you would imagine. Meredith Miller of Marshfield looks good right in the middle there. But it's Burke right now of Hingham with a pack of 10 athletes behind her, all bunched up, including our #1 seed, Elise Strodawa. Miller starts to move up, and she's moving into second. We have a little Patriot League 1-2 right now out of Burke of Hingham and Miller of Marshfield.
In 3rd place, Matt Anderson of Shrewsbury. Our runner-up today,
Burke continues to lead, and we are now single file behind her. 2 heats of the girls' mile. Burke doing all the heavy lifting here after 400 meters. And now we've broken up into maybe a 3-girl race here in the unseeded heat of the girls' mile. Burke continuing to lead, but now the #1 seed, Elise Sordawa, is right on her shoulder, looking like she's ready to make a move at any point in time. Burke, Sordawa coming up on the bell lap. We should have a fun last lap here. Burke continues to lead. Sordawa still right on her shoulder, looking to springboard off this final turn, I would imagine. Can Burke hold on after doing all the heavy lifting all race? We have a third athlete who's just chilling behind everyone the whole time, and that's Delaney Valley of Westboro, and she's a hard push. She's going to be right at her PR of 5:55. 3 girls under 6 minutes. Seated heat should be a good one, with what looks like a dual meet up front between Brookline and North Andover, but then we have a few other really good athletes in this heat. A lot of names that you would remember from the All-State meet in cross country. All right, seeded heat. Lucia Werner, Brookline, comes in with a 5:20. Rose Gordon, North Andover. Erica Wolchik of North Andover. Audrey Seeger of Brookline. Aluna Coogan-Coyne of North Quincy. Macy Schreiner of Plymouth North. Anna Goldmunts, Brookline. Amelia Rivera, Woburn. Emma Daly, Weymouth. Emily Bannon, Wellesley. Ava DeWitt, Weymouth. Bridgewater Reedy, Wellesley. Nicole Kroon, North Andover. Alin Capitani, Belmont. And Marley Marini, Wachusett. Several athletes that are looking to break 5:20 here. It all just depends if some are going to make a move or if we'll be just looking at each other early. But looks like we have a really fast girls seated mile lined up here.
Rose Gordon and Erica Wilson, their seed times were 5:22 and 5:23.
And once again, the barrel beats the top-seeded girls to the turn. Top-seeded athletes a little hesitant here early. Should set us up for another big negative split like we had in the seeded boys mile. In the early goings, that's Wachusett's Marley Marini. Slowest seed time coming in. 5:55.21 is the time to beat. Sorry, yeah, 5:55.21. We're bunched up here. A lot of girls in the mix. It should spread out pretty soon, I would imagine. Once they realize that it's not as fast as they imagined it would be this early. now Lucia Warner has made that big move. Nobody has followed to start. She had had enough of that slow early pace. She, just like that, makes a lead of 25, 30 meters. Macy Schreiner is trying to cover that move. Warner all by herself out front. Big pack in between Warner with Macy Schreiner, the freshman. Not sure anybody's going to be able to cover what Warner did in about 50 meters to gain that big lead. Schreiner the only one that made an attempt to follow. And then a big, big chase pack of 10 to 14 athletes behind that. But it's all Warner of Brookline out front. Schreiner in second in kind of no man's land. And a big pack behind her. Warner is flying right now. And Macy Schreiner has now opened up her lead from the rest of the pack to about 30 meters. So we're at 50 meters from Warner to Macy Schreiner, and then another 30 meters from Schreiner to the big pack behind her. We're going to be coming up on the bell lap. It's only about time now for Warner. Schreiner trying to hold on to second with a large chase pack trying to go after her. She's got to work hard on her own. We're going to have a quick time here for sure. Warner hitting the bell lap with a nice strong stride. Hits that line in about 4:40. So going to be sub 5:20 for sure. Schreiner looks good in second. Here she comes to the bell lap. Pace is quick, certainly for Warner. We're hitting 5 minutes right now. She needs to get there in under 20 seconds. She should be able to handle. Final straightaway, Lucia Warner. Going to be right about 5:17 for the win. Schreiner in second. She's trying to be under 5:30. It will be tight. Schreiner for second. That's Brookline's Goldmunts for third. Schreiner in 5:32. Goldmunts 5:35.
In seventh place, Charles Daggett of West Springfield. In sixth was Anthony Cronin of Acton Boxborough. Fifth place went to Gavin Bracken of Lexington. Fourth went to R.G. Protodopolis of Brookline.
All right, first section of the boys 600 meter. Leading is Michael Golden of Newton North, and he's chased by William Porter of Shrewsbury. They were on the bell lap.
In the champion for 2022 in the mile line.
Golden here in the first heat. Coming out of nowhere with the top seed is Neil Kenny of Zavarian. He's now moving into second and trying to springboard off that final turn to try and go chase down Golden of Newton North. Looks like Golden might hold on. Tight finish in the first heat of the boys 600. We're going to have 5 heats of the boys 600. Coming up in heat 2 is Ezekiel Altman, Woburn, Jack Neal, St. John's Prep, Ian Luzinski Williams of Brookline, Jay Hu Natick, Jonathan Graziano of Hopkinton, Ashwath Sridhar of Hopkinton, Daniel Leet, Bridgewater Raynham, Graham Scrodel, Lexington, and Donovan Grovel, Greater New Bedford. Heat 2 of the boys 600. If you're just joining us, we're here at the large school MSTCA Freshman Sophomore Invitational, sponsored by Marathon Sports, Bay State Running, most importantly, Hoka. That's Bridgewater Raynham's Daniel Leet taking the lead on the first lap of the boys 600.
In 8th place, Erica Wilson of North Andover. In 7th, Rose Gordon of North Andover. In 6th place, Nicole Kroon, also of North Andover.
Challenging elite is now Ian Lazinski Williams of Brookline.
In 4th, Audrey Seeger of Brookline. 3rd, went to Annie Holmes of Brookline. Second place went to Plymouth North, Macy Schreiner, her time 5:32.80. And today our winner.
And that is Luzinski Williams for the heat win at about 136. Coming up in heat 3, Matt Brayer, Needham, Tanner Glacier, Wachusett, Antonio Canera, Greater New Bedford, Matthew Coveno of Woburn, Jared Simone of North Andover, and Miles Lipka of Algonquin. Section 3. Boys 600. We'll go slowest to fastest here, so we'll rev up as we go. Time to beat so far is 137. Heat 3 of 5. That's Needham's Matt Breyer and Tanner Glacier of Wachusett 1-2. North Andover's Jared Simone. Coming up on the bell lap in the boys 600, one of the unseeded heats. Glacier making a little bit of room. Simone of North Andover trying to chase him down. We're about 60-61 through 400 meters. Puts them on pace for around 132, 133 if they can close here. Simone looks good, trying to chase down Glacier. Two athletes into the final turn. Glacier, Wachusett, Simone, North Andover. Gonna have a tight battle here. That's gonna be Simone of North Andover for the heat win in about 134. Heat 4 of the boys 600 meter. Ita Kikuchi of Arlington, Tyler Scort of Haverhill, Zach Connors, Sharon, Jack Janino, Zavarian Brothers, Liam Healy, Newton South, and Quinton McCormick of Zavarian Brothers.
This is the first call, girls, 1,000 meter run. First call, girls, 1,000 meter run. Please report to the gym.
That's Newton South. Liam Healy coming up on the 400. Challenging him is Quinton McCormick of Zavarian. He takes over the lead at about 63 seconds, so not very quick considering this is supposed to be a faster heat than the previous. So we'll see what they can do on this final lap. That's going to be Healy for the heat win in about 133 high, 134 flat. Okay, now the big boys. Cam Walter, Brookline, Reeve Derby, Newton North, Ethan Bezanson of St. John's Prep, AJ Reyna of Acton Boxborough. The athlete to watch is Rao Victor Kuna of Revere and Glenn Burksue of Lexington. Top seat time 127 by Kuna of Revere. Watch out for him in lane 5. Not who we thought would be taking it out, but that's Burksue of Lexington. Kuna, nowhere to be found. He's actually in last right now, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out going into the second lap. But right now, it's Glenn Burksue of Lexington came in with a 130. He spaced himself out, making a hard push behind him. Looks like it's Acton Boxborough's AJ Reyna. Now we start to see Victor Kuna Revere move into third. Has he left it too late, though? Can he make up that much ground? I don't believe so. So it's going to be a two-man battle. Burksue of Lexington and Reyna of Acton Boxborough in the seeded heat. Reyna's starting to reel him in a little bit here and looking strong with a long stride. Our top seed Kuna trying to make a late push, but it's going to be too little too late for him, I would imagine. Unless he's just setting me up to be wrong. We're going to hit the final straightaway. Berksu of Lexington, Reyna of Acton Boxborough. Charging late is Kuna of Revere, but he's going to run out of space. And wire, gun to tape, it's going to be Lexington's Berksu. You got to imagine if Kuna could have got himself in a better position to start the race, he would have had a chance there. Girls 600 meters coming up on the track next. Heat 1's going to be Reese Pinto, Newton South, Lucy Marcus, Newton South, Samantha Hayward, Bridgewater Raynham, Lillian Lacora of Barnstable, Yasmin Riaze, Revere, Jessica Durgan, Plymouth North, Hannah Marati, North Quincy, Kayla Antone, Westboro, and Cameron Cooney of Needham. We're going to have 6 heats of the girls' 600-meter run. $127.38 to $127.68 for Berksu and Reyna. Kuna finished third. First section here, the girls 600. That's Hannah, oh no, who do we got there? That's Needham's Cameron Cooney.
I did go back to the AV. That's why I was like looking for.
Way out in front here early on.
Now we're hot. Is this been recording all along? Yeah. Is something else happening that something not working? No, we're doing good.
Now we have our top seed here, Reese Pinto moving into first, followed by Hannah Marati of North Quincy. We have a tight battle, Newton South, Newton North, and that's going to be Newton North, or sorry, North Quincy's Hannah Marati. Coming up in Heat 2 with the girls 600, Aubrey Thomas, Hopkinton, Lily Crawrich of Weymouth, Hilla Berman, Andover, Ava Voto, Haverhill, Madison May, Southeastern, Jacqueline Pierce, Lowell, Allison Potterly, Franklin, Kate Carnes, Weymouth, and Alexis Burney of Andover. Heat 2, time to beat. Once it comes up the clock, we'll let you know. Early goings, it's Lily Crawrich. Heat 2 of 6 here. Weymouth 1-2. That's now Kate Carnes hitting the bell lap in the lead. The high jump going on in the infield right now. Weymouth takes the win here. That's Kate Carnes. She's well under that 158 set in the last heat. Heat 3 coming up. Angelina Wing, Natick, Cameron Refuse, Redding, Ava Olszewski, Sharon, Taylor Partridge, Needham, Chana Balzac, Brookline, Caroline Gallegos, Redding, Virginia Sanzo, Arlington, Aja Banerjee, Lexington, and Savannah Souza. Greater New Bedford Regional Voc Tech. This will be heat 3 of 6 in the girls 600. Then we will have the 300, the 2 mile, seeded 2 miles, and then we'll move into the relays here at the Large School Frosh Soft MSTCA Invitational, sponsored by Marathon Sports, Bay State Running, and especially Hoka. Appreciate all Hoka has done supporting the Scholastic track and field and cross country community here in Massachusetts.
Looking for Ethan Brzezinski of St. John's Prep to the awards area, please.
.152.12 is the time to beat. We have 3 across here heading into the bell lap. That's Sharon's. Ava Olszewski takes over the lead. Puts a little bit of space in between her and the next athlete. I think that's Greater New Bedford Voc Tech's Savannah Souza trying to chase her down. We'll see when they hit the final straightaway here. 152.12 is the time to beat. I don't think that will be an issue. That's actually Redding. Cameron Refuse. She wins in about 151, 150 high, 151 flat. So she'll have the top time. Coming up in heat 4. Bree McSheffrey, Newton North, Emily Keefe, Bridgewater Raynham, Sophie Boyd, Westboro, Ann Watson, North Andover, Olivia Costa, Franklin, Leah Levitt of North Andover. Heat 4 of 6, getting faster as we go here. Looks like that is Newton North's Rev Falk Judson. Excuse me, we're in 4, so that is Bree McSheffrey taking it out here, followed by Franklin's Olivia Costa. See if anybody goes after her in 3rd. That's Ann Watson of North Andover. McSheffrey continues to lead, and her lead only grows here heading into the bell lap. Nice long stride. Don't believe anyone's going to be able to catch her, so it's all about time here. If she can push herself on this final lap. Although we may see a late push from Franklin's Olivia Costa. And now a hard move by Ann Watson of North Andover. She's going to go try and track down McSheffrey, who looks like she's struggling a bit on the back stretch. And that's Watson of North Andover. Unless I had the hip number incorrect, we'll see. That could be Levitt. And it is. It's Leah Levitt of North Andover for the heat win in 1:46 in our top time of the day so far. Heat 5 of 6. Tessa Perone Crompton of Arlington, Megan Liu, Westford Academy, Naomi D'Souza, Chelmsford, Kendall Hacker, Natick, Rev Falk Judson of Newton North, and Paige McErney, Acton Boxborough. Heat 5 out of 6, girls 600 meter. Fastest 2 sections. Out in front, Acton Boxborough, Paige McErney. We have a tight battle here.
This is our fast section, the girls 600, our final section on the track.
All right, here we go. Fastest section, girls 600 meter. Brenna Cochran, Haverhill, Delaney Dyer, Wellesley, Sydney Matevier, Woburn, Kate Gordon, Wellesley, Kayla Buback, Woburn, and Catherine Callahan, Acton Boxborough, all seated in between 142 and 144. Athlete to watch is Kayla Buback of Woburn in lane 5. 147.10 by Levitt. Time to beat so far. Who's going to get to the turn first? And it is Buback of Woburn. Just sneaking in there. We're single file here on the second lap. Buback, Gordon chasing her. And third is Catherine Callahan from Acton Boxborough. Top time, 1:45.07 by D'Souza. It's Buback. It's Callahan. We're all still there. Into the bell lap. Buback trying to put a little bit of space now between her and Callahan. Late charge by Haverhill's Brenna Cochran. Can anybody catch Buback hitting that final straightaway? It doesn't look like it. Buback starting to move. Haverhill, Cochran moving into second, but it's going to be all Buback here in a 142 low, unofficial. Now we're moving on to the boys 300 meter. We're going to have 10 sections.
On the track is the first of 3 sections in the boys 1,000.
Excuse me, I skipped right over the 1,000. We are on to the boys 1,000 meter run. First section, Josh Bryant, Plymouth North, Michael Holgans, Varian, Gerald Hamlin, BC High, Andrew McDonald, North Andover, Josh Pelletier, North Andover, Brian Arthur, Natick, Will Barry, St. John's Prep, Cormac Healy, Newton South, Abdullah Ismail, Shrewsbury, and David Schmidt, North Quincy. See if this group can try and challenge a sub-3 here. We do have a sub 3 there in the first heat. BC High's Gerald Hamlin. Just going to have 3 sections here of the boys' 1,000 meter run. Coming up in section 2, Will Baczynski, St. John's Prep. Alex Friedman, Newton South, Lucas Almeida, Woburn, Vamsi Hanakula, Westboro, Sean McCann, Hopkinton, Zachary Bates, Woburn, Nathan Dubé, Westford Academy, Karthik Pisupati, Sharon, and Mark Chmack of Belmont. It's Belmont out to the front. Mark Schmack. St. John's Prep. Will Perchinsky has now taken over the pacing duties. Continues to be Perchinsky. Perchinsky coming up on the bell lap here in the 1,000-meter run. Trying to chase him down. Zachary Bates, Woburn. Perchinsky trying to hold on. Almeida going after him. Now it's another move by Westboro's Vamsi and Kulu. But it looks like Will Perchinsky's going to just hold on for the 1,000-meter win. 2:54. All right, seated heat. Dylan Bren, Wachusett, Hunter Bailey, Brookline, Max Zhang, Lexington, Dylan Ward, Greater New Bedford, Kyle Werner, Acton Boxborough, Staniel Zhang, Newton North, Ethan Anderson, Boston Latin, Altamo Ashkenase of Brookline, and Connor Donahue of Wellesley. Seated heat boys 1,000-meter run. We are hot here. Newton North, Stanley Zhang leading the charge here with 4 laps to go. That's Ethan Anderson moving into second and tightly packed behind all of them. Newton North, Stanley Zhang continues to lead, and now Wachusett's Dylan Bren has been patient early on so far, but he takes over the lead. Following him is Ethan Anderson of Boston Latin, who's been in the mix the whole time. Off the back of them is Daniel Ward of Greater New Bedford. 2 laps to go. They hit 600 about 139. Bren's starting to put some space in between him and Anderson. 10 meters, see if that grows or if these guys can hold on. Big pack growing behind Anderson in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But right now it's Dylan Bren who came in with the top seed time of 2:46.20. Behind him there's some action. That's Lexington's Max Zhang, who's trying to make a late push, but it might be a little too late. Hitting the bell lap. 2:11. Bren from Wachusett, Zhang from Lexington trying to make a hard push after moving into second and breaking out of the chase pack. But it's Dylan Bren on the back stretch. He is flying. Zhang in second, big pack behind them. But it's going to be all Dylan Bren, the #1 seed coming in, has made no doubt about this after making a hard move after 600 meters. He's hitting the home stretch. He's going to be a low 240. Dylan Bren, Wachusett, your 1,000-meter winner in 2:42. First heat of the girls' 1,000. Lily DeDeco, Barnstable. Jacqueline Farola, Woburn. Lillian Higgins, Southeastern. Olivia Vives, Andover. Corinne Levesque, Westboro. Jillian Walker, Chelmsford. Catherine Stepler, Reading. Emery Spiegel, Natick. Abigail Flanagan, Hopkinton. Katie Corcoran, Bridgewater Raynham. Caroline Abbott, Weymouth. Greta Spar, Westford Academy. Abby Fiedler, Westboro. We're going to have 3 heats of the girls' 1,000. Lily DeDeco from Barnstable is your top seed here, and she is leading the charge early on. DeDeco trying to make no doubt about this, and she's trying to put a time together out of the first heat. DeDeco out of Barnstable. Lily DeDeco, Barnstable, has a 40-meter lead on Westford Academy. Greatest Spar. Section 1 of 3, girls 1,000-meter run. DeDeco way out in front here. Dylan Bren, Wachusett, unofficial, or now it's official, 2:42.39 for the win. Zhang of Lexington in second.
And we need the following boys from the 1,000 to the awards area. Donahue of Wellesley, Zane of Newton North, SSA of Curveballs.
It's all Lily DeDeco of Barnstable in this first section of the girls' 1,000-meter run. Although there is some movement behind her.
We have those 8 boys report to the awards of the 1,000-meter run. Donahue, Zane, Ashanae, Zane, Turner, Anderson, Ward, Zane.
We got a late push. And that's the Hopkinton athlete, Abigail Flanagan, out of nowhere. And she gets the win in 3:29, 3:30. Section 2, Charlotte Condi, Wellesley, Clementine Garrow, Acton Boxborough, Mia O'Neill, Needham, Serena Newen, Lowell, Bridget Cavana, Hopkinton, Sabrina Caddy, Lowell, Kyla Cook, Plymouth North, Madison Dillon, Woburn, Libby LeBlanc, Franklin, Sheila Purcell, Algonquin, Sandrine Martinez, Newton South, Megan Griffith, Franklin, and Zara Chaudhry of Brookline. Slowest to fastest as we get ready for the faster races. Second fastest heat of the girls 1,000. That's Franklin's Libby LeBlanc, the 9th grader. Has taken over the lead here early on. She's followed by Sandrine Martinez of Newton South. Spread out early here. See if they can beat the time from the last heat. Flanagan ran 3:30.28. See if any of these girls can challenge what's coming up next on the track. Franklin's Libby LeBlanc continues to lead. Sorry, that's Megan Griffith of Franklin. She's the 12 seed coming in, so she got a large chase pack behind her that she's going to try and need to hold off. Now we're all back in this thing, single file, 6 girls in that front pack with a couple chasing. Your new leader is Sheila Purcell of Algonquin. She's starting to move a little bit. She gets 10 meters on the rest of the pack heading into the bell lap. A little fight left from Megan Griffith of Franklin. She's still trying to hang in there. Looks like it's Lowell's Sabrina Caddy now moving on to the outside. She's in 3rd. She's going to try and move into 2nd. Can Purcell hold on to this thing? Another late charge by Megan Griffith. She has no quit in her, but it is going to be Sheila Purcell of Algonquin trying to beat 3:30. Going to do that easily. She's going to win the 2nd heat in 3:23 high, 3:24 flat. Seeded heat on the track next, and it's going to be a good one. We have Kiera Evans of Newton North, Gracie Richard of Weymouth, Audrey Adam Needham, Chloe Dibb of Barnstable, Dana Lair, Belmont, Dasha LaFerre, Brookline, Molly Johnson, Newton South, Maya Dubrovsky of Lexington, Samara McVeigh, Lexington, Sydney O'Donnell, Bridgewater Raynham, Sneed Butler, Woburn, and Emily Hinderleiter, Wellesley. Top seed time 3:08 by Kiera Evans and Gracie Richard 3:11. So a couple girls trying to go sub 3:10 here. Looks like it should be a really exciting race between several girls. That's Gracie Richard of Weymouth, and now Dibb of Barnstable battling a little bit to see who takes the lead after 200 meters. And it is Dibb. Chloe Dibb of Barnstable came in with a 3:16. Chasing her is Kira Evans of Newton North in second. Dibb, Evans, Richard. Now that is Kira Evans moving up to Dibb. Gracie Richard leading the chase pack. Kira Evans took her time. Now we'll see if she settles in behind Dibb or if she takes over on this next straightaway. 3:24.30 is the time to beat by Purcell of Algonquin from the last heat. Dibb still leading. Evans into second. That's Belmont's Dana Lair now moving into third with 6, 7 other athletes right in there. So we are going to have a fun race here. Doesn't look like it's a 2-girl race because everybody else has moved back into this thing, and it is now a 7-girl race again. So a lot of shifting, a lot of moving. Should be exciting down the stretch, and now it's Dibb holding off Evans. Evans tried to make the move on the best stretch, and Dibb wasn't having it. So Dibb's, Evans. Now Evans makes a move again. Dibb holds her off again. So a lot of energy being used as we hit the bell lap at 2:33, but it's a 2-girl race, and Dibb is having a heck of a race by holding off Evans every time she's tried to pass. Is there another move left in Kira Evans, our #1 seed, or is Dibb's going to keep holding her off? And that's Evans on the backstretch flying. She's not going to be able to hold her off this time. Evans moves up to the front. Is there any reaction from Dibb? She tries, but it's all Evans hitting that final straightaway. Kira Evans of Newton North, your #1 seed. She's going to take this win, and it's going to be a sub 3:10. Dibb holding on for second, but it's Evans in 3:06 high, 3:07 flat. Dibb at 3:08. That's Brookline's Dasha Lafare in 3:13. Dibb did everything she could to hold off Evans, but that final move on the backstretch is what took it for Kira Evans. Boys 300 meter coming up next on the track. First heat, Aiden Zimmer, North Andover, Tyshawn Carrington, Catholic Memorial, Bubakar Diallo of North Quincy, and Ibrahima Ba of Methuen. We're going to have 10 sections of the boys 300 meter dash. Ba 41.14 to get us started here in that first heat. That's going to be North Andover's David Muir for the heat win in about 39. Coming up in heat 3, Martin Reeves, Shrewsbury, Michael Nicholas Woburn, Ethan Davin, Hopkinton, and Michael Kravoski of Silver Lake. Dylan Ruff, Caleb Trotter from Westford Academy, Ruff is from Hopkinton, Stefan Favre, Haverhill, Utah Kikuchi, Arlington, and Kyle Relton of Needham. It's going to be Utah Kikuchi of Arlington at about 40 flat. Coming up in Heat 5, we have Christian Hayes of Varian Brothers, Joseph Cook, Southeastern, Elliot Elkin, Arlington, Nathan Russell, Marshfield, and Owen Curtis of Andover. That's going to be Joseph Cook of Southeastern with the Heat win. Coming up in Heat 5 is Marshall Kellum of Catholic Memorial, Eli Warsick of Westboro, Deshaun Standard, Haverhill, Brady Miller of Natick, and Anthony Tamaro of St. John's Prep. Big group of guys coming in here. It's going to be Natick's Brady Miller for the Heat win in about 40 flat. Section 7, Keith Hallisey, Shrewsbury, Juan Telesone of Newton North, Nathan Fernandez, Greater New Bedford, Davin True of Marshfield, and Wyatt Sanchez of North Andover. Heat 8, MK Beckham, Algonquin, Folly Benari, West Springfield, Connor Johnson, Bridgewater Raynham, Andy Murata, Natick, and Lucas DeRosa of Acton Boxborough. It's Acton Boxborough's Lucas DeRosa. Last heat was run by Sanchez in 38.88. Coming up in Heat 9, Jonas Hellman, Newton North, Dylan Weddle, Natick, Andrew Bamberg, Brookline, Kai Udathak, Lexington, and Kofi Asubotang of Acton Boxborough. Heat 9 of 10.
So
That's Brookline's Andrew Bamberg for the heat win. All right, seeded heat. Emery, Shende, Ruiz, Brookline, Daniel Jordan, Needham, Brendan Burke, St. John's Prep, Noah Steinmeier, Acton Boxborough, and Mitchell Kiskin of Zavarian Brothers. Right now that's Needham's Daniel Jordan trying to hold on, come into the final turn. On his shoulders, Acton Boxborough's Noah Stegmeyer, and he takes the win in about 36 high. Oh, first section of the girls 300, and we already have it called back with a double gun. It's supposed to be Layla Sonderling, Newton South, Kaylin Brownrigg, Haverhill, Jasmine Scott, Southeastern, and Angelic Miranda Chong from Brookline. Heat 2, Tina Lynn, Westford Academy, Sophie Westman, Brookline, Lily Stanton, Reading, and Sophie Lamar, Chelmsford. It's going to be Reading's Lily Stanton. Heat 3, Brittany O'Geiger, Lowell, Mia Sullivan, Acton Boxborough, Isabella Carvalho, Weymouth, Sadie Blumberg, Westboro, Isabel Cummings, Weymouth, Heat 3. Lowell's Brittany O'Geiger for the win. Heat 4, Antonia Zingami, Reading, Audrey Helwig, Algonquin, Sophie Glavin, Lexington, Jada Solomon, Lexington, and Lila Tulamiri, Newton North. Tight finish here between Reading and Lexington. It's going to be Antonia Zagami of Reading in Heat 4 for the win. Heat 5, Alexander Pond, Franklin, Quinn, Petzold, Lowell, Sarah Golden, Natick, Sandy Zolatar, Needham, and Mahaya Forbes Smith of Bridgewater Raynham.
In seventh place from Zavarian Brothers, John Kusama. In sixth, Franklin, Jacob Hauser. In fifth place, Darius Gibbons of Shrewsbury. Fourth went to Miles Robertson of Haverhill. In third place, Paul Ramos of Algonquin. Second place went to Rohan Peters of Newton North.
That was Franklin's Alexander Pond for the Heat win. Coming up in Heat 6 is Sarah Willard, Acton Boxborough, Ava O'Grady, Wellesley, Megan Rozzi, North Andover, Anna Cliff Franklin, and Riley Anderson of Woburn. That's Franklin's Anna Cliff for the Heat win. Heat 7 in your seeded heat is going to be Sevilla Slezis of North Quincy, Grace Batista of Woburn, Ramagiwa of Wachusett, and Camella of Wellesley, and Jai Jacobs of Wellesley.
This is the top section of the girls' 300 meter.
It's going to be Wellesley's and Camella.
Looking for the top 8 in the boys' 300 meter dash to report for awards. That's Shanae Ruiz of Brookline, Sanchez of North Andover, Weddle of Natick, Bomberg of Brookline, Iskin of Zavarian, Burke of St. John's Prep, Jordan of Needham, and Stigmeyer of Acton Boxborough.
Got a big boys 2 mile coming up next on the track. We'll fire off all those names for you. One heat, Gabe Grove comes in with a top time, 10:04. Jackson Merrill, Barnstable, Adam Wedlake, Westford Academy, Luke McGilvery, North Andover, Sam Villa, Needham, Lysander Duffold, Brookline, Ian Sherman, Kaddish, Newton South, Ryan Tedisco, Andover, Ben Katsev, North Andover, Jack Power, Arlington, Briac Breen, Arlington, Connor Dorfman, Hopkinton, Aiden Ruiz, Algonquin, Eli Moretta, Belmont, Joseph Lamburn, Algonquin, Jacob Gordon, John D. O'Brien, Toshio Yuki, Lexington, Jake Soskatch, Newton South, Aiden Railton, Needham, Ryan Sawiski, Plymouth North, Caleb Connors, Westboro, and Robert Martinez, John D. O'Brien. 22 guys in the seeded heat of the boys 2 mile. It's going to get crowded out there. no surprise, our #1 seed, Gabe Grove, goes right to the front. Adam Woodlake is behind Grove in second. And third is Jackson Merrill of Barnstable here in the early goings. So it's broken up into about 7 athletes in that lead pack, and it is single file. Gabe Grove, a sophomore from Newton North, comes in with a 10:04. Following him is Jackson Merrill at the seat time of 10:22 out of Barnstable. Now that's Luke McGilvery of North Andover that has now moved into third. Three athletes up front. They've broken away. Not sure I see anyone else climbing back into this thing. The lapping has started. We have Grove, Merrill, and McGilvery. I'm sure Gabe Grove will want to start to rev it up pace-wise, as it was a little slow if he's looking to run around 10 minutes. But it's a 2 mile, and there's plenty of time to grip and rip on the latter half. See if any of these other two guys gain a little confidence the longer they stay in it, as they're about 20 seconds slower seat times than Grove. Merrill in second, McGilvery out of North Andover in third. Gotta imagine though at one point Grove is gonna wanna separate himself from these two other athletes. And right as I said that, Gabe put about 20, 25 meters between himself and Merrill. So he is starting to rev it up out there with a quest of a sub 10, I would imagine. We're up to about 30 meters now as Merrill and McGilvery give chase. It is now, and maybe always was, the Gabe Grove show out of Newton North. Envious of the lap counters here, as there are athletes all over the track being lapped. Grove, but McGilvery's closed the lead here a little bit as he's moved into second and Merrill falls in behind him. So maybe this race isn't completely over quite yet, as Gabe Grove made that hard move, but McGilvery is closing it a little bit. And the lead continues to shorten here a little bit, as now it's about 20, 25 meters with McGilvery taking it over. Merrill still hanging in there as well. And just like that, Grove starts to rev it up again, and I'm not sure McGilvery will have another hard push to try and get back in it. Grove is going to have 2 laps to go. And his lead is all the way back up to 50 meters. Might be the largest lead he's had today. It'll be McGilvery and Merrill battling it out for second. And that is Merrill moving, or trying to move. McGilvery tries to hold him off for second and third. Let's see if Merrill has one last push in him with 2 laps to go. Coming up on the bell lap, it's not quite going to have a sub 10 today with how slow the pace was in the beginning. But it'll be a pretty impressive solo run by Grove nevertheless. Merrill has now spaced himself out into second place with McGilvery about 10-15 meters back. We're hitting the bell lap now with Grove still leading. Gabe Grove, the sophomore of Newton North, hits that final stretch next. We should have quite the race here. We're going to have one section of 18 girls. All right, coming up in the seated section of the girls 2 mile. Callie DeDeco of Barnstable comes in with 11:39. Elizabeth Latham, Acton Boxborough. Eleanor Angelis Whitfield, Marshfield. Rachel Starr, Boston Latin. Claire Lowther, Hingham. Olivia Kukayan, Algonquin. Eve Adam, Needham. Audrey Spinelli, Newton North. Rachel Newman, Newton North. Riley Garrow of Wellesley. Isabella Galusha of Weymouth. Colleen Glavin of Weymouth. Brett Castro, Lexington. Sophia Eat Ali, Arlington. Adair Blumen, Brookline. Maeve Moynihan, Hingham. Hannah Shea, North Andover. And Uma Gopinath of Westboro. Fully expect it to probably be a 3-girl, 4-girl race here, maybe even 5. Callie DeDeco comes in with the top seed of 11:39. Elizabeth Latham had a great cross-country season, as did Eleanor Angelis Whitfield of Marshfield. And expect Rachel Starr of Boston Latin and Claire Lowther of Hingham to put their selves in the mix as well. That's Callie DeDeco. Rachel Starr, Boston Latin in second. Eleanor Angelis Whitfield of Marshfield settling into third. Claire Lowther of Hingham, the 5th seed. She's right off that front pack in 4th. I'm sure we'll see we'll see Elizabeth Latham maybe later in the race. But she's a little bit further back from those girls. So 4 athletes still up here in the front. DeDeco leading as expected. Starr in second. Angelis Whitfield in third.
It's the first call for the boys for 100-meter relay. First call, boys for 100-meter relay. Please report to the gym.
Not much has changed up front here. We still have those 3 athletes with Lowther right off the back of them. DeDeco, Starr, Angelis Whitfield, 1, 2, 3.
Looking for the following boys in the 2 mile awards. Sherman Cash of Newton South, Duffield of Brookline, Leonard of Algonquin, Tedesco of Andover, Villa of Needham, McGill.
DeDeco starting to pick up the pace here a little bit. Starr still on there. So is Angelis Whitfield and Claire Lowther.
This is the second call for boys for 100-meter relay. Second call, boys for 100-meter relay. Please report to the gym. Our leader girls, 2 miles still count. DeCecco of Barnstable.
Now Lowther has gotten onto the back of that pack, so it's a 4-girl race here in the seeded girls 2 mile. everybody is all set with giving Dedeco the pacing duties. That could be them either settling in, or it could just be the pace is quick enough where they're trying to hold on. Dedeco, Starr, Angeles Whitfield, Lowther. 1, 2, 3, 4, single file. Here we go, we're coming up on the mile, and it's pretty quick. Gonna hit the mile in about 5:44, and that's where Dedeco decides she's gonna make a move. Starr falls back, and Angeles Whitfield now moved into second to try and counter that move by Dedeco. Trying not to let her get away. Looks like that might have been the plan the whole time for Dedeco, is to make that move at a mile. Angeles Whitfield looks to be the only one that has followed her as she tries to settle back in right behind her shoulder. Dedeco has about a 10-15 meter lead on Eleanor Angeles Whitfield. And then we'll have some lapping going on. Dedeco and Angeles Whitfield, Starr and Lowther a little bit back. Large group for these girls to pass right there. That's Dedeco. Angeles Whitfield still hanging in there, only 10 meters back. Starr and Lowther now have fallen about 20-30 meters back. So it definitely looks like it's at least a two-girl race as Angeles Whitfield tries to keep herself in striking distance. Both Dedeco and Angeles Whitfield both having really successful cross-country seasons. The lead continues to be 10 meters. Dedeco trying to pick it up. Now Angeles Whitfield starting to feel a little confident. She gets onto Dedeco's shoulder and she's feeling good. Let's see how patient she can stay the rest of the way now that she has gotten back onto Dedeco's shoulder. We got a two-girl race here. No one else is within 50 meters. It's Dedeco, it's Angeles Whitfield from Barnstable and Marshfield, respectively. Dedeco, the sophomore. Angeles Whitfield, the freshman. We look like we're going to have a fun race down the stretch here with two girls still in it. Deco still leading and trying to push that pace to try and shake Angela Whitfield. Easier said than done. They are moving well here. 2 laps to go. It's going to be much quicker than their seed times, that's for sure. And is this where Angela Whitfield is going to make the move? And it is. She's feeling good. We've seen this before in cross country when she won the 3K. She makes a powerful move heading into this bell lap. The Deco doesn't look like she can counter it. It's Angela Whitfield all by herself hitting the bell. She's going to be way ahead of her seed time. We're looking closer to an 11:30 here, and she came in with a 12:15 seed time. The Deco's starting to push herself, but it might be too late. It's going to be Eleanor Angela Whitfield, the freshman from Marshfield, your winner of the girls 2 mile, 11:28. The Deco finishes in 11:33 for second.
This is the second call for the girls 4x400-meter relay. Second call, girls 4x400-meter relay. Please report to the gym.
We'll have 5 heats here coming up in the boys 4x200-meter relay. Finishing up here at the freshman sophomore large school MSTCA Invitational, sponsored by Marathon Sports, Bay State Running, Hoka, Time to Fly, sponsoring Massachusetts track and field and cross country athletics, Scholastic, all year long. We appreciate their support. Heat 1 of the boys 4x200 is going to be Shrewsbury, lane 2, Haverhill, lane 3, Arlington, lane 4, and Westford Academy, lane 5. Got Shrewsbury out in front here. First exchange. Second exchange. Heading into the anchor leg is Haverhill, followed by Westboro. Sorry, Westford Academy. Gonna have a tight finish here in the first heat of the boys, 4x2. Haverhill, Westford Academy. Shrewsbury trying to climb themselves all the way back in this thing. Haverhill, Shrewsbury, and Arlington. Set heat 2, Woburn, North Andover, Hopkinton, Andover. Heat 2 of the boys, 4x2 out of 5. Nice race. Looks like that's Hopkinton out in front, being chased by Woburn. Second section of the boys. That's going to be North Andover. Heat 3 coming up, Bridgewater Raynham, Algonquin, St. John's Prep, and Zavarian Brothers. Looks like that's Algonquin out in the lead. It's going to be Algonquin for the Heat 3 win here in the boys 4x200. Unless BR has something to say about it late. Nope, it will be Algonquin that holds on. Heat 4 of 5 coming up on the track. Wachusett, BC High, Newton North, and Natick. It's Newton North out in front early here in Heat 4. Newton North chased by Natick. Second exchange. Newton North and Natick, final exchange. We're tight here. Newton North with a cleaner exchange there. 1:43.11 is the time to beat. Natick athlete is flying down that backstretch. Doesn't get to the turn first, but he's working hard. Might have been too much energy drain. We'll find out. Newton North has a second push. Natick. I believe Newton North held on, but I had a bad angle there. Seated section, Lexington, Brookline, Catholic Memorial, and Acton Boxborough. Seated section, boys, 4x200. And we are off. Should be a quick race here, 1:43.11. Nope, that's not the updated yet. Still waiting for that results of that last heat. Acton Boxborough's out quick. You would expect them to be the favorites here, as they came in with a 1:33.90 for a Frost Soft team. Looks like Brookline is trying to give them a run. They came in with a 1:37. Acton Boxborough and it was Newton North, 140 to the same time, but Newton North edged them out. Acton Boxborough, Brookline, chased by Catholic Memorial. We're gonna have a tight one here coming to the final exchange. Acton Boxborough and Brookline. It's going to be Acton Boxborough. Although Brookline athlete trying to make it close, but it's going to be Acton Boxborough for the win. Not quite as fast as their 1:33 seed time, which will be 1:35 high, 1:36 low. Brookline in second, Catholic Memorial and Lexington third and fourth. Girls 4x2 up on the track next, and we're going to have 5 heats. First heat, Reading, Haverhill, and Westboro. Haverhill and Reading battling out in this first section. Reading all alone now into the final exchange, first section of the girls 4x2. Coming up in Heat 2 is going to be Westford Academy, Arlington, and Andover. That's Andover's 4x2 leading right now in Heat 2 of 5. Our slowest to fastest per usual. We'll have the 4x4 after this. Tight battle here between Andover and Arlington. Heat 3, Hopkinton, Weymouth, and Acton, Boxborough. Section 3 here, Hopkinton, Weymouth, Acton, Boxborough. Section 3 of 5, girls 4x200. Weymouth and Acton, Boxborough on the final exchange. Weymouth gets out first. Should have a tight battle here. We'll have one more exchange left. Important to have a clean handoff here on the final exchange to try and win the heat. Acton, Boxborough, Weymouth, Hopkinton. Ooh, we got a little mixed up there on which athlete was where, so it wasn't clean for either team. Weymouth got off better out of it. And it's going to be Weymouth here in Heat 3 for the win. Trying to clip that 2 minutes from the last heat, and they'll be right at it. Heat 4, Brookline, Lowell, Bridgewater Raynham, and Franklin. Brookline, Lowell, Bridgewater, Raynham, and Franklin. Second to last heat. Franklin out ahead of Lowell. Lowell and Franklin battling down into the final exchange. Lowell gets out ahead. We got a tight battle. Franklin, Lowell. Looks like Lowell gets there right at the line. Fast section, Chelmsford, Wellesley, Woburn, Wachusett. Wachusett comes in with a 150 seat time. So they'll be the team to watch out in lane 5. Seated section, girls 4x2, and that is Wachusett out hot. Wachusett way out in front. Must have been one of their faster legs leading this thing off because they have a big lead. I don't think they're going to look back. They did come in with the quickest time, quickest seed of 150.74. The next closest was Woburn and Wellesley at 153 flat, but it's all Wachusett here. Wellesley, Chelmsford trying to get back in it. Unless there's a drop of time, Wachusett is going to cruise to this win after that monster leadoff leg. They need to beat 158.15 by Lowell. Don't see that being an issue. And Lowell is just, I mean, Wachusett is just cruising to this thing over a 50-meter lead. Wachusett 149, beating their seed time of 150. Up on the track next is going to be the boys 4x4 to close out this meet. We'll have 3 sections. First section will be West Springfield, Andover, Bridgewater Raynham, Shrewsbury, and Wachusett. First section, boys 4x4, 3 total sections. Wachusett out in front early here. Wachusett way out in front, west side, trying to track them down. Westside now taking over the lead from Wachusett. Looks like it may be an impressive second leg for West Springfield. Westside coming in, followed by Wachusett. West Springfield way out in front here in the first section of the boys 4x4. We're going to hit the final exchange here for the anchor leg. 78 or 80 meter lead. $70-meter lead, yeah. West Springfield came in with the fastest time of 4 flat. Be a little quicker than that. Springfield going to be a little bit over 350 here for the first section heat win. 353. Coming up in section 2 of 3. North Andover, Algonquin, Greater New Bedford, Newton South, Lexington, and the Zavarian brothers. Lexington comes in with the quickest time of 3:48. Lexington out in front here. Lexington, Greater New Bedford, Voc Tech, 1 and 2 right now. Third leg coming up for Lexington, still leading, being chased by Greater New Bedford. Two-team battle. Lexington, Greater New Bedford. Lexington way out in front. They're trying to hit a time faster than 3:53 and then decent enough where they can put themselves on the podium. Final exchange here. Oh, Lexington on the bell lap. Greater New Bedford in second. Big pack behind them. Seeded Heat will be up next. All right, seeded section. Acton Boxborough. 4 teams come in with the same time of 3:45. Top seeded will be St. John's Prep at 3:39, then Brookline at 3:44, then Westford Academy, Newton North, Natick, and Acton Boxborough all at 3:45. That's Acton Boxborough to the front, followed by St. John's Prep, Newton North. A lot of familiar town names in a 4x4. Acton Boxborough already won the 4x2. Acton Boxborough, Brookline, St. John's Prep. About 54 high for the first split. Now Acton Boxborough has put some space in between them in the pack after that first lap of the second leg. He's going to hold on. Brookline started to move hard. It's Acton Boxborough, Brookline, Newton North, and St. John's Prep. Acton Boxborough, 20-30 meter lead. Brookline, now Prep is starting to move. Can anybody catch Acton Boxborough, who have built themselves a nice little lead here heading into the final exchange? Acton Boxborough tying up a little bit, and that's St. John's Prep coming all the way back. They were our #1 seed, so this should be interesting. Acton Boxborough, St. John's Prep, Brookline, Newton North. See how fast they hit this first 200, and it's Prep getting themselves right onto the shoulder of Acton Boxborough. Let's see if he shows any patience, and he does not. He goes right to the front. Let's see how Acton Boxborough responds. Prep, AB, Brookline. This is going to be interesting. If Prep could have been a little bit more patient there. A lot of times you want to be the one hunting, not the hunted. But he does open up a little bit of space, and that's your outstanding athlete, the 2-mile winner, moving himself into second and trying to bring this thing. And he has a chance at this. Brookline might come from all the way back. The 2-mile champion, both tying up, both trying to hold on. Prep is going to hold on for this thing in about 3:44. Great leg by Brookline, outstanding athlete on the day. Final event of the day, the girls 4x4. First section, Reading, Hopkinton, Newton South, Plymouth North, and Wachusett. It's Macy Schreiner, the freshman of Plymouth North, leading off. She's way out in front. Newton South is now taken over. Three sections with the girls 4x4. This is the first section. That's Reading and Newton South, 1-2 currently. Coming up onto the final exchange here. Wachusett has now moved themselves. Nope, excuse me, that's Reading now. Reading, Newton South, Wachusett, Hopkinton, Plymouth North, in that order. Looks like it's going to be Reading, unless Wachusett can put a late charge in here. Reading takes it in 4:45. Second heat, girls 4x4, Acton, Boxborough, Andover, Westboro, North Andover, and Natick. Acton, Boxborough, followed by North Andover, Natick. Acton, Boxborough, and Natick into the first exchange, followed by North Andover. Andover. Acton, Boxborough still leading, heading into the next exchange. Final exchange. That's now North Andover that has taken over the lead. 4:46 is the time to beat. Bell lap, North Andover, Acton Boxborough way out in front, followed by Natick. Acton Boxborough trying to make a late push here on North Andover. Time to beat is 4:46. They're going to do that fairly easily. Post a pretty good time here of 4:28, 4:30 respectively. Seeded heat on the track next. We're going to have Brookline, Weymouth, Lexington, Franklin, Wellesley, and Woburn. Top seed time is Wellesley with a 4:15 and Woburn with a 4:16. Battle to get to the turn first, and it's Wellesley that squeaks it out. Woburn now moving forward. Woburn, Wellesley, the top two seeds. First exchange in about a 63-second first leg. .428.55 by North Andover is the time to beat. Now we have a three-team battle up front. Wellesley, Franklin, Woburn. Wellesley hands off first, followed by Franklin. Woburn trying to hold on. Third leg, Franklin out quick like it's a 200. Wellesley, sorry, that's Woburn that's out quick. Wellesley, Woburn, they still have another lap. Trying to get her team back in it. The top two seeds, Wellesley and Woburn, but the Woburn girl is starting to feel it. She went out real quick, now is getting those heavy legs. Wellesley, Woburn, Franklin. Wellesley gets to the bell first. Woburn in second, Franklin in third. 4:28's the time to beat. again, we appreciate everybody joining us here at the Large School Freshman Sophomore MSTCA Invitational, sponsored by Marathon Sports, Bay State Running, and Hoka. If you would like to continue to see all the great coverage, we'd appreciate if some of you would donate and support us along the way. And that's Wellesley for the Heat win in about 4:14. We will see everyone next week for the 3-day Northeast Invitational.